Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Dr. Uchenna. In this video, I want to talk about how to stay grounded. Just five different methods that we can use to stay grounded. What does it mean to be grounded? Being grounded just means being in your authentic self, staying calm, in the midst of chaos, getting in the right mind, getting in the right mood, to be at your best productively. So that's what I mean by staying grounded. Being grounded spiritually, it's just being calm and releasing anxiety and pressure and fear and all those things that come with being in this world. So it's reconnecting with your true core, with your core spirit, apart from every other game that we are playing. It's like unplugging from the games that we're playing. It's like unplugging from the matrix and allowing yourself to reboot. Like when you unplug your computer from the socket, you know what happens. It not only goes to sleep, but it really calms down, and that's what we're talking about, grounding. So what's the first way? These ways, it's a combinatorial prescription. So we do them in combination with each other. One cannot work on his own alone. Of course, the first one, as I've already mentioned, disconnection. You really need to physically disconnect from social media if you want to be grounded in reality, in the present moment. You will need to unplug from social media for a while. I'm not now. Of course, you can just do it within the day. You can take a few hours of it if you're not very addicted to it. For some of us that are very addicted, it's a real conscious effort to do that. Because once you open it, you start getting notifications from everywhere. Like the phone is seeking your attention all the time. And once you open it, there's a way, there's an algorithm that they have, that shows you the next thing to do, the next thing to read, or the next video to watch, or the next person's picture to like. And once you click anything, it already knows. Like, it's an addictive machine. So you need to be careful when you're plugging into it, because it takes away your mind. And yeah, that's the first. Not the first, but the first I mentioned it. Yeah, we need to find time to unplug from social media and news and television and everything. It could be early in the morning, first thing in the morning, when you wake up. Stay away from it. Then, second is to connect with nature. Now, I don't know where you live or just being out in the open air is nature on its own. Some areas have grass, trees, and all that, where you can also connect, with nature while your phone is off. This appreciation, of the novelty and creativity of nature endears us more to our spirit self, because we are part of nature. We are nature. We are a product of nature. We are the last born of nature. So it's always good to go back and connect with our elder siblings in nature, the trees, the birds, the air, the oxygen, the hydrogen, whatever air we're breathing in. Taking in those deep breaths. Then the third one I want to mention is connected again too. If you've disconnected from your social media and you're connecting with nature, then you are probably already in silence. And that is the silence. That's the power of silence and the meditation that we do. So when you're doing that, you are connecting with silence again. And silence is our true nature. That's how we were born. And that's how we are going to go at the death when we are dead, we'll go back into silence. When we came, we stayed 9 months in absolute darkness and silence of the womb. Um, and when we die, we're into an eternal silence and eternal darkness forever. So the light that we have, is just is between birth and death. So that's why they say we should make hay while the light shines. And even the light is even interrupted by momentary darknesses. In fact, it's half and half. So connect back with nature, silence your social media, silence your mind while you're on the appreciative journey or just walking in nature. You're just observing the trees, the birds, the sky, everything, if you can. Then the fourth way of doing it, this is not really connected with those other three, is to live your life as a service to other people. So if you are living your life as service, if the goal of your life is to serve people, it grounds you in reality, in the reality that other people are passing through, in the difficulty of giving, because it's easier to take than it is to give. Giving has always been, giving is of course is of a higher spiritual order than taking. So we're here to give, and if you live a life of service, then you ground yourself in reality. You understand empathy. You will know what it means to help other people, which is why we're here. You understand the connection that we have with other people. I read a story today, earlier this morning, about a billionaire called Chuck Feeney, also, who was giving away $8 billion of his money. Like he has given away every single penny that he had. Well, about 375,000%, they said, of all his money, and he just kept about $2 million on himself. He's 89, and he started this giving while you're living. He said he doesn't believe in giving when you're dead, like how people establish foundations when they die and give through that. So he said you should give everything away while you're living. That's a very amazing philosophy. I'm going to research the guy and really find out, really understand his mindset. So we need to serve others. That's what we came here to do. We're not here to accumulate a lot of things and then die. And yeah, you can hand it over to your kids. That's okay, very worthwhile cause. But at least give what you have, if you have. Then the last one is related to all the other ones, is the inner dialogue. We can use the inner dialogue to ground ourselves with how we talk to ourselves, how we discuss with ourselves. So that internal dialogue is a way of grounding ourselves back in reality. Every time a thought comes and tries to possess our mind, we can use the internal dialogue as a way to counter that threat, in a way, as a way to dance with that fear. You can ask yourself some empowering questions. You can speak some empowering affirmations to yourself, and that way you can always come back to reality. When the fear wants to take you over, when the anxiety is deep, that's a way of coming back to reality. To understand that those fears are not really, they are there, but they're not really, really that important. A lot of the worries that we have, are anxieties about the future. We're anticipating the worst. And even though our present moment reality may not be the best. It may not be the best, but if you have life every day, then there's something to be grateful for. You could be, I don't know, some people are under the threat of their own lives. But if you survive every day too, you have something to be grateful for. And if you're watching this video, then you really have something to be grateful for, because you have internet connection and you have probably, at least at the minimum, a phone, and you have data. That means you're not really among the poorest of the poorest. Yeah, so thanks, and I'll see you guys again on another video. Bye.